Although gaming PCs offer high performance, better frame rates, robust heat management, and more control, a lot of people are moving towards gaming laptops due to portability and affordability. The good thing is that there are a lot of options that can run high games without any lags or frame drops. In a world that is getting more mobile every day, gaming is also following that path. Understanding this change, manufacturers like Dell, Asus, Acer, HP, Lenovo, Razer Blade, and MSI have launched some of the most powerful gaming laptops on the market. Some of these can even outperform a beginner gaming PC setup, thanks to the powerful discrete graphics cards. While both the Nitro 5 and Bravo 15 benefit from AMD's new Renoir CPU architecture, there's only so much Acer can do with a $330 lower price. Besides packing a 6-core Ryzen 5 versus an 8-core Ryzen 7, the Nitro 5 has 8GB of memory versus 16GB and a 256GB rather than 512GB in solid-state drive. The smaller SSD is the biggest practical cut for most folks. It will make it tough to install many games. But unscrewing the bottom panel reveals welcome room for expansion, a second M.2 slot for another SSD, plus a 2.5-inch drive bay for up to a 2TB hard drive. There's a drive cable in the box. Graphics are powered by a 4GB NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650, so the Acer naturally falls short of gaming laptops with the GTX 1660Ti. Since you won't see frame rates much in excess of 60 FPS, the IPS screen sticks to the generic 60Hz refresh rate instead of supplying a 120Hz or faster panel. On the laptop's left flank, you'll find two USB 3.2 Type-A ports, a killer Ethernet port, an audio jack, and a security lock slot. Another Type-A port joins a USB-C 3.2 port and HDMI video output on the right. The AC adapter plugs in at the rear. Acer forgot an SD card slot. Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth handle wireless communications. The Legion 5i shares a general design style with the previous generation of Legion gaming laptops, with just a few visual changes. While the design may be a little tame for some, it's preferable to some garish alternatives, and the quality of the construction is strong. Though the chassis is plastic, the soft touch and sturdiness of it is satisfying, and gives you confidence in its quality. The lid is a polymer blend that isn't quite as nice as metal, but has a decent feel, and the logo now has an iridescent shine to it when viewed at certain angles. The Legion 5i is compact and fairly portable at 0.93 by 14.3 by 10.2 inches and 5.4 pounds. That means it's hardly the lightest around, but it's right on the mark versus entry-level and mid-range competition. The keyboard itself has also been improved, and I have to say, it's really comfortable and responsive. It employs Lenovo's soft landing switches that do what the name implies, even if you're bottoming out your keys. The keyboard is also lit across 4 customizable zones. With 1.5mm of travel, sculpted keycaps, and larger arrow keys, it's a satisfying typing experience. The presence of the number pad makes the rest of the keyboard a little condensed, but you adapt to the shape pretty quickly. The touchpad is also larger than before, and has changed style from dedicated left and right click buttons at its base to a single clickable piece. It's placed slightly off-center and ran up against my left palm somewhat while typing. It didn't cause accidental presses, it just felt a bit odd. Finally, for the physical port layout, there's a strong selection here, with most on the rear block. The left and right sides of the laptop each host one USB 3.1 Type-A port, and the left also includes the headset jack. The rear is where you'll find 2 more USB 3.1 ports, a USB Type-C port, an HDMI output, an Ethernet jack, and the Lenovo-specific power jack. A quintessential example of gaming prowess and unmatched professional durability, the Asus ROG Strix G15 is easily one of the more sought-after laptops in the retail space. For starters, you get access to the Intel Core i7-10750H mobile SoC, best known for the hexa-core architecture. Starting from FPS games to open world, sandbox, MOBA, battle royale, and strategy or turn-based titles, this processor has the ability to manage almost everything with ease. Besides, the turbo clock speed of up to 5 GHz is good enough to decipher diverse gaming logic without breaking a sweat. As a gamer, you would want to invest in an impactful GPU, and this is what the NVIDIA RTX 2070 helps you with. Clubbed with 8GB VRAM, the featured graphics card is more than capable of handling every demanding title you throw at it, at 1080p settings. While the VRAM helps you decipher gaming textures with ease, 16GB of high-speed RAM readily improves your multitasking performance. Not just that, the file and data processing speed of up to 2933 MHz makes the existing RAM module one of the best in the retail sector. In addition to the dual-channel system memory, you also get access to a massive, 1TB storage drive. The SSD unit ensures faster file retrievals and boots up the Windows 10 OS in virtually no time. The gamer-friendly display associated with the ROG Strix G15 deserves a special mention, courtesy of the 15.6-inch screen and an overall resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels. However, we were pleasantly surprised by the 240Hz refresh rate, which in turn keeps screen tearing and ghosting to a minimum. Riding on the efficiency of the ROG Boost technology exhibited by the GPU, the excellent display ensures best-in-class game-playing experiences. Razer makes some of the most popular gaming products, and the Razer Blade 15 is not an exception. If you are looking for a portable gaming laptop with uncompromised performance, you should consider this device in your buying list. This ultra-portable gaming laptop uses the 10th General Intel Core i7-10750H, which has a base clock speed of 2.6 GHz. It can, however, reach up to 5 GHz. On the graphics side, the manufacturer has packed an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 Max-Q of 8GB GDDR6 VRAM, a card that's gold for PUBG and Fortnite. The 16GB of DDR4 RAM is built into the board. This level of memory can provide a fair amount of performance in a device that focuses on portability. On the storage side, however, Razer has decided to go for a dual setup with 512GB SSD. When compared to other laptops, this model does not offer the best deal in terms of display. Yes, it has a 15.6-inch Full HD IPS panel with a 144Hz refresh rate and 1920 by 1080 resolution. Despite being a skinny gaming laptop, Razer Blade 15 packs enough connectivity options. You get 3 USB 3.1 Type-A ports and 2 USB Type-C ports. There are also dedicated HDMI, mini DisplayPort, and RJ45 ports in the system. Thunderbolt 3 connectivity helps users connect eGPUs as well. The GE66 and its more diminutive cousin, the GS66 Stealth, are both revamped for 2020, though they're not clean sheet designs. The most visually obvious changes include an additional measure of design restraint in the display lid, which ditches the red striped ridges in favor of a completely smooth surface. It's a welcome improvement for people who cringe at the gamer aesthetic. MSI also toned down the Shield logo on the display lid, removing its color so it blends in with the dark silver surface. The front edge of the GE66 is anything but subtle, meanwhile. It's occupied by a giant light bar that runs the entire width of the laptop's chassis, offering 16.7 million colors that are customizable using the same SteelSeries engine app that adjusts the per-key lighting on the GE66's keyboard. The Raider's additional thickness lets it accommodate larger cooling grills. The left and right edges each have one, while two flank the I/O ports on the rear edge. Along with 6 heat sinks and 2 truly deafening fans, they cool the GE66's powerful CPU, GPU, and other internal components. In addition to the rear ports, the left and right edges of the GE66 also contain 3 USB Type-A ports, a full-size SDXC card reader, a second USB Type-C port, and a headphone jack. Support for Thunderbolt 3 is noticeably absent, but most gamers will overlook that. They'll care more about the networking capabilities, which include killer wired and wireless chipsets that enable gigabit Ethernet connections, as well as support for 802.11ax and Bluetooth 5.1.